And we are live. Hello everyone, good evening from Tokyo or good evening from Hanoi or somewhere in Vietnam. Today I have a great pleasure to speak with Tina Dahmen. Hi Tina, it's
Hi.
such a great pleasure to have you tonight.
Thank you for having me, Ed.
Yes, and as I mentioned in our group and also last 2 days, we're gonna do something very, very important for all people who are considering themselves that they want to create something digital, like digital product, digital business. And Tina is actually she's helping entrepreneurs for building their online business from 2011. She's also a contributor for the very famous magazine Entrepreneur and SEO World. So Tina, I mean, you're amazing. I already know you for a while, but can you share maybe why online business, how you come up in online business? Just let people know more about you. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. So yes, why online business? I mean, obviously, and quick correction, I'm not teaching since 2011. So I started my own first online business 2014 when I moved from Australia to Bali, and I sold travel trips online. So, and why online business? I mean, obviously, we have all learned our lessons in the past year, and it's currently a current year. However, I have learned my lessons previously to that, pre-Corona time, because I used to have a business which was brick and mortar business, basically. Running tours, it was, was not online, and that was very, very different and not as easy. And yeah, I switched back to online business, and I have run different businesses, different projects online, and I had great success with specifically digital products. And that's what worked out best for me. And at some point I just sat down, I was like, you know what, this is it. This is what I want to do. I want to help people. I want to focus on this, and I want to help people to do exactly the same thing. To work from anywhere, to build their online business, to create digital products so they can scale their business and they stop trading time for money. So that is the big thing. Stop trading time for money. That is like the big thing, because freedom is one of my deepest core values, and I don't see it working anymore the way the 9 to 5 and all of that. I mean, yes, maybe it's great for some people if it makes you happy. Awesome. I'm not the person for that. To go into an office at 9 o'clock in the morning, work for someone else's stream until 5 p.m. and then, I don't know, repeat the same thing over and over again. So that's why I have dedicated my time to help other people to do the same thing.
Yeah, and your area of expertise is actually helping entrepreneurs or people who want to develop the online business, how to start and how to grow online community. And even more important, the second stage is how to create a digital product, digital course, online course, which is the dream of all entrepreneurs, to have some passive income where you can manage your time instead of just working so hard. And if you stop working, money is not coming in. But with digital product and online program, money can start in. However, Tina, all people who are watching us, there is some data which I would like to discuss today, because this is super hot, but at the same time, the data show us that 95% of people who are starting doing something online fail, or even worse, they never complete what they started. Tina, why is that the case? What's going on?
Yeah, that is actually very true. I'm not sure. That's true, yes, because so many people dive into some ideas. They think it's an awesome idea and I need to create an online course about this, and then they just dive in. And maybe along the way they recognize, if they're lucky on the way, they recognize, oh, maybe my idea isn't that validated. Maybe the demand is not as high. Maybe my passion took over for a minute far too much at this point. If they're not lucky and they haven't validated the idea, they may continue until the end, put a lot of money and time into creating a product which nobody wants to buy. So in the case, why do the people don't finish? Because many reasons. One is they see it's not working. They didn't do it the right way. They didn't do their research at the beginning. other people just get discouraged. They don't have the drive to like finish it. It's like super hard to finish a project. We know it all, especially in our ADHD generation here. Like, you know, our attention span is smaller than the goldfish, and that's actually true. That's not just a saying anymore, unfortunately. So try to finish an online course by yourself. You know, it's a big deal. Accountability is not given, and stuff like that. And maybe some finish. I mean, of course, there's always people who do their things, of course, but then they don't know how to market it, maybe. Then they're like, okay, now it's finished, and then what? It's like, that is even another mistake. You should market and launch it before you even create it.
Yes, and I myself, I have to be honest, I have this digital presence for a while, and I don't have any problem to showing up and to build community online. But I was always a little bit scared how to create the product which can be placed somewhere, and then who is going to buy that product. And then I met you, and I mean, I work with a famous coach, with people who are expert in online business, but you made something in my life which make that things push forward. And then I realized, okay, this is just like everything else in a business. You just have to learn how to do it and have a right, I would say you have to pull back your ego and just really think about market, what people want, instead of just what you think is good for the market. And that was like super, I would say, wake up call for me when we actually meet. And then I enroll in your program personally. And I realized like you have something which is super practical and super like step by step, like a system which can takes you from the stage where you have just idea. Yeah, I want to have online course. I want to have online business, which can be scalable, because I have online business, but it's not so scalable because I always have to invest my time. As you said at the beginning, that's the main number one problem. Yeah. But then you create that system. And can you share a little bit more about that system? And also, guys, for all of you who are watching this, can you just type into like, have you ever tried to develop some online course? How that was, how that experience was, and let us know. Have you succeed? What was your experience? And Tina, maybe you can share about your system and maybe also what we are planning to do in October.
Yeah, sure. Of course, would love to. Before we dive into that, I would really love to touch on the ego thing you said just now. And definitely, you're 100% right. And I love that you said that. Ego does not have a place in business. You got to leave your ego. You got to rid of that ego. You got to get rid of that ego. Ego does not have a place in business. And if you have your ego, it's just going to stop you from getting your results. So I love that you mentioned that, and everyone out there, I think that is so important that we need to emphasize on that as well sometimes, you know, because also sometimes people come into the course and they're like, I think I had now the majority, 75% of the people who are in this program right now, they had to pivot their idea. And this is not the easy thing, like to tell someone, hey, or I mean, make them realize I'm not doing the research for them, for my students. I teach them how to do it themselves, and then they realize, like, oh shit, maybe, you know, the topic which I love so much, and I really wanted to show the world and everyone about it. You know, not enough people care about it to make a living for me out of that, and that is sometimes it's a hard thing to swallow, to let that sink in for a minute. But everyone so far has taken it good, and I'm very proud of this current round anyway, including you and everyone else who is there. And you've been doing really great, guys. And yeah, it's definitely not an ego thing. Like, you cannot, you know, it's not about you. Like, the product is about your people, and you got to find the right idea and create a product which helps people, not because you think it's amazing. So there's that. Yeah. And when it comes to system, yeah, there's so many systems and so many things to do. Which part should we dive into? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I really like, as I said, like I was enrolled in many programs, and I really like to learn new skills, to get a new knowledge about the digital business. But with you, I found everything is squeezed on very practical, not just theory, not just something which I can use maybe one day. You just design something which can be like in 6 weeks time
Okay.
develop as a final product, which I really like. I really like something which is practical, not just theory, which is so practical. I mean, I did my MBA. I'm learning all the time, but at the end of the day, I like learning through actions. And then if I don't know something, I just catch up, and that's exactly how you operating. I believe this coming from lots of experience and lots of maybe trial and mistakes, and then you finally have something which you can actually teach others people how to do it. So you optimize everything, you automate everything. You know how the tools works. But again, like what people have to think, what is the main reason to enroll in an online program as a business? Maybe we can share some data. Tina, I'm sure you know like how this industry is growing dramatically. Maybe one of the biggest. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's touch on the system first. I'm just going to write it down so I don't forget what I want to say. Yes, practical, because I'm definitely an action taker and a doer. And you can have the greatest content on the planet sitting on your drive, on your Google Drive, wherever, in your Kajabi, whatever you purchase. But if you don't take any action, then what's the point? Also, I strongly believe in just giving you the content what you actually need. There's no point in me teaching you stuff, which may become handy down the line later on. That's why I divided into 2 parts as well. But it's not important right now. Like that is very important for me. That's why it's so actionable. Like every week you get step by step exactly the lessons you need to do right now on this particular day. You don't need to worry about next week, the week after, the week after that. People get overwhelmed very quickly, and then they lose the hope, and then they lose the drive, and I can't do it, and all this kicks in, all this mindset stuff. But you can easily avoid that and just give them what they need right now, what they need to do from get to A to B. That's it. Just keep it as simple as possible. I like that little thing, like in the news. We're in the news. So, what is it? Find your profitable online course that you sell, create, and launch it like a boss. Because you will be your own boss after you finish this thing, for sure. And so, yes, and I would like to say I'm really like pushing my students also to take the action while we're in the live program, because that's everyone gets encouraged and everyone sees the other people are working, and it's just like a nice thing. Like, the momentum is like worth so much. Like once you ride that wave of momentum, you just get stuff done. Boom, boom, boom. And if you have an exact like roadmap to go, today this, tomorrow this, the day after that, easy. It's like easy. So I need to make it as easy as possible for you guys to bring you from A to B.
Yeah, and in terms of opportunity, this is what I actually was thinking. Like the Forbes actually announced that by 2024, online education business is going to be a $1 billion business daily, or even more than $1 billion there. So it's a market which is growing. And then can you imagine then if somebody told you like in 2000 and 2002 how huge is going to be Google or Facebook? At that time, I was thinking, oh, this is just something like some small tech companies that are doing something, but they are not like major company. Can you imagine if somebody told you at that time, like what's going to be in 2020? And now we are talking about something which is going to be in 3 years time, 4 years time. And it's growing, especially this year because of all these changes, which is happening. So Tina, to maybe share with our community, I already share 2 days in a row, but I also want people to know you, who is Tina. So we are producing some challenge in October, 5 days challenge, where actually people can get some results quickly to really understand this is not theory, this is something very practical, and then you can see the progress, can you see the results, and then you see, is this something for you? And you can enroll in a real program, which is a 6 weeks program. So can you share a little bit about that? And what is the number one reason for people who are thinking maybe this is for me? what will be the number one reason for them to enroll? And also people who are watching, if you can just make some comments, if you're thinking maybe what industry, what you want to develop, because Tina can really give you great feedback immediately. Otherwise, you have to wait when we start our challenge.
Yes, drop your comments below and we will try just to jump on it. So yes, in the challenge, we are going to help you to validate your idea, which is the very first step of any digital product you will ever create out there. So this is for you also if you are, if you're a coach and you're looking to create a coaching package and later you can put it into an online course. If you're an artist, any type of skill you have and you want to put it into an online course, you got to validate that idea first. And there's many different ways how you can do that. And we're going to dive into a few different ways during our 5-day challenge into it, and I will teach you exactly step by step how you can do that. How to find your idea, how to validate your idea. We will be creating actually an outline as well in the 5-day challenge, like a rough outline. And then we will create content that converts. So I'll show you how to create a lead magnet around the topic you've chosen, a lead magnet which people actually want to download. And if you're not familiar with the term lead magnet, it's like a freebie what you can offer to your audience, which they will give you their email address in return, right? So these are the 5 steps which we're going to cover in the 5-day challenge. So 1 step for every day. And it would be amazing if you can show up, no strings attached, nothing, just show up and see what we've got to offer and come along and chat with us. We're going to be live every day. And yeah, you can ask questions every day. We have got some guest speakers coming on as well, which is amazing. Some people who had great success with different industries with online courses, just to show you also what's possible. And yeah, let me just talk about Zero Need for a minute. We just jumped off a call like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes now, 16 minutes. She'll be one of our guest speakers, and she has done, she teaches English grammar online. She lives in London, in one of the most expensive cities in Europe, right? And she now retired her husband, and they have 2 kids. So that's what's possible for her through her online education platform. And yeah, it's, Forbes said it by 2025 as a $325 billion industry, like the e-learning industry. And obviously now, even without Corona, it was going that way. But now it's just like speeded up a little bit because this year everyone was forced to learn from home anyway, and people got needed to pivot and needed to find other ways on how to have the money coming in. And so many people are now exploring the idea of creating an online business or digital products in general. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend you to stop by and say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. So this challenge is going to start on October 12th, and it's going to take 5 days. So this is super opportunity for you to really test yourself. Is this something for you? So don't be afraid, even if you're a beginner, if you don't have a bloody idea how to start anything, just showing up, because after 5 days, you will definitely have that clarity. Yeah. And I know many people in our group, they are working still one-on-one, and that's beautiful. You're helping people directly. That's amazing. However, think about how long you can have that time allocated only for the few people instead of having impact on your community, online community, or more people. And also, what is easier than ever this year is to build your global business, and that's all possible now. All tools, so everything you can imagine is super easy to execute if you know how. And that's why I strongly recommend to join this challenge to get a clarity about your product, about your avatar, and to get idea. And then if you realize this is something for you and you decide to develop your product in this year, then see you there. So thank you, Tina, so much. Sorry, because we extend our time. We originally planned to have only 10 minutes live. But I really appreciate what did you develop for the people who are curious of scalability and leverage their business online, because this is the way to go. So just imagine if somebody told you what's going to happen in 2002, in 2020. So now we are sharing with you what's going to happen in the next 3-4 years, and you want to be there. And with Tina course, you will be there. So see you on October 12th. We will also share the link in the comments. Please check it out. And thank you, Tina, one more time. See you soon. And all you guys who are watching this, thank you for watching us in live or recorded version, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Can I say one last thing?
Absolutely.
Do you mind? Great that you address the people who are currently working one-on-one. So you already have your product kind of validated. You're already teaching people about some specific topic, right? So it's literally, it is your duty to serve more people with that. Like if you're already teaching people something, coaching people with something, it is literally your duty to serve more people with your awesomeness. Like people need people who have skills. Like if you limit, like you're doing bad to the world if you don't share it with more people, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So, you know, just one-on-one is great, as Ed said, but it's not scalable, and you cannot, you want to share it with more people, you want to inspire more people, and you want to teach more people, and you want to change more people's lives, literally, yeah. So that's
exactly
what I want to say.
It's all about building the brand. So if you really want to have a brand with the scalability, which is business all about, then, you know, I shared yesterday, time or money. So time is the focus, but in order to make more money, you need to focus on your time, how you use your time. And that's all about online possibility. If you know how, you can have that scalability. Yeah. Thank you, Tina. Tomorrow we will be on Instagram. If you guys have Instagram, you can watch us on Instagram. If not, then you can watch recorded version of this one. See ya. Bye.
See ya. Bye.